Paper is one of the most recycled and oldest forms of materials we are discussing today. Paper was invented in China approximately 105 AD, and paper is derived from cellulose fibers harvested from trees in a virgin format. Paper has had a dramatic increase in recycling over time. The biggest increase happened in the 90s, where the recycling rate of paper increased to almost double. Paper cannot be endlessly recycled like glass due to the fact that cellulose fibers break or are cut and become too short to make new paper. Paper, though, is the quickest to break down out of all the materials we're discussing, with a time requiring only about 2 to 5 months. Where we start to run into some problems with sustainability is a lot of paper today is coated with plastic or wax. They can be separated if recycled, but drastically changes the rate at which paper decomposes as well. As an example, a paper milk carton is coated with plastic, and instead of a matter of months, it'll now take about 5 years to break down and still leaves the plastic behind to biodegrade over a much longer period of time. When looking at paper packages, ask if the paper has been approved by one of these agencies: the Forest Stewardship Council, Sustainable Forestry Initiative, American Tree Farm System, or the Program for the Endorsement of Forest Certification. These agencies help ensure that the trees harvested are done in a sustainable manner. Tree farms reduce our carbon footprint, whereas forests in general only consume the carbon emitted by the forest. So it shows the difference between tree farm and cutting down natural forests. This actually happens in a real circular and sustainable environment. The dead and decaying vegetation gives off carbon dioxide at a rate even with what about trees consume in that forest. Paper recycling also has reached record levels and has increased their stewardship by using just about every part of the tree when first manufactured. As an example, the bark can be used as fuel for different processes of the conversion. Recycled paper uses less water than the manufacturer of new virgin paper. Contamination of the water has been decreased also over virgin processing of paper. Paper creates the most CO2 when first manufactured and at the end of life. Methane gas given off by landfills is dramatically increased when paper is present. Recycling agencies are cutting off communities from recycling paper or dramatically decreasing what they will accept. Out of the 4 material groups we are discussing, it is a good thing paper does degrade in such a quick time. There's a really good site if you guys ever want to check it out. It's www.wastedive.com, and they've got some nice features built in there with filtered lists available to see what states have banned certain recycling programs across the USA, and you'll find and be amazed at how many states are banning different paper recycling programs. Within the packaging industry, paper coated with plastic is very common. This is done for certain reasons. It's done to protect the paper from damage, but also protect the bulk or what's in the package. Without the coating, a bulk can easily leach inks or other substances which have an adverse effect on the bulk and product. Paper, from a packaging standpoint, provides a canvas for a wide variety of decoration, although due to paper's flexibility, it can be folded, crimped, and shaped into various shapes. As you can see with the compact in the picture, it literally encompasses every corner, every radius. So that is something you cannot do with plastics in general. Paper does have flaws in its ability to incorporate different features such as closing mechanisms or threads. For an example, many of the paper compacts must incorporate either magnets or rubber elastic to keep the lid closed. Also, the mirrors are glued in and can cause issues with recycling as well as the magnets. Considerations for paper. Ensure the paper you are using is sustainably sourced. Consider the end use of the product and the features that you'll need and require. Consider the expected life of a paper product versus another form. Decoration of the paper can be done with non-petroleum-based inks, such as soy-based inks as well.